the perils of becoming famous when you're young are well known, right? No one is really, there's a small handful of people that have made it through unscathed. Mm-hmm. It's a weird way to grow up because everybody else grows up trying to prove their worth or trying to find their place in life and trying to, get people to understand who they are. You grow up where basically most people who run into you know who you are before you know who they are. Mm-hmm. And they're already like kind of freaked out that you're there, and they'll do anything for you, and they want to see you, and they want to see you perform. They just want to see you sing and talk, and it's a very strange way to grow up.
Right.
What did you at any point in time have this feeling like, hey, maybe this isn't the best way to grow up?
So I grew up in Texas, Dallas, Texas. I keep forgetting we're in Texas, so Dallas. But I grew up, I went to public school except for the 1 year that I homeschooled on Barney and Friends. And I experienced bullying pretty bad while I was there. And so I ended up leaving public school. And I went into a really depressive state for a period of time. I didn't, when you're 12 and you're bullied, that's your social life. Like, your social life is everything to you. And so I felt like I didn't have much to look forward to anymore except for my music. And music kind of kept me alive. So it's not that like I ever looked at the industry as this kind of weird burden on my teenage years or whatever. Like, yes, it is weird in hindsight, but I looked at it as it actually kind of saved my life at times because it gave me something to live for. And I knew that if I stayed in Texas that I wouldn't make it out alive.
The bullying was that bad?
Yeah, the bullying was that bad. But
and they knew that you had been on television already, so was that part of the reason why they were bullying you?
So when I asked them, like, why are you guys... So it all started with, like, I wrote a note. You're in 6th, 7th grade, you're passing notes back and forth. And I called someone, this other girl, like, called her annoying and said she was being a bitch, right? And then that escalated to... By the end of the day, it was that, like, scene in the movie where you walk in the lunchroom and everyone just looks at you. Because the thing is, like, the girls that I wrote that about were the popular girls. And so it just, like, anyone who wanted to be popular took their side. And everyone just was like, I don't know. So I had a concert that weekend on a military base. And I went to, like, Vegas for the concert or something. And when I came back, it just had increased. And so when I asked them, like, why are you guys doing this? I wrote a note. We all write notes in school. We're in 7th grade. That's what we do. And they were just like, well, you're a whore and you're fat. And so I internalized what they were saying. And that's when my eating disorder developed. And I wasn't a whore.
I believe you.
Yeah.